So, should we go to school? Another appropriate clip from the film Oliver to illustrate the story that we're going to do now. We go to the Dorothy Stringer School in Brighton in Sussex and the Attitude to Learning scheme, where pupils who chalk up low scores are sent to the back of the food queue at lunchtime. The best scores go to the front of the queue at break. Those have to wait until others have finished. In some instances, parents report, that's meant a year 11 pupil, a year 11, so they're going to be about 15, 16. Year 11 pupil has had just one small fruit jelly all day. That's all she got. The school says that this is important because it brings in discipline. The parents are saying it is more Dickensian. Let's turn to Tom Rogers, history teacher, founder and director of Teachers Talk Radio. Job for me soon. And joins me now. OK, Mr. Rogers, your view on this, if you would. Good morning, sir.
Well, my view on this is that it's just another example of two things, really, is sort of bashing schools and teachers and also journalism that, to be honest with you, is not of the highest order.
OK, tell me what my trade's got wrong, and not for the first time.
Well, the headline of the said article about this, the main one, says, "Parents slam Dickensian secondary school for sending badly behaved pupils to the back of the lunch queue." And then in the article, it talks about the school depriving and stopping the students from having food. But if you read further down the article, the statement from the school, which is at the end, says very clearly, the new system was introduced to improve queuing and ensure that students can access the canteen safely. It only applies at break times. Mm-hmm. When approximately 1,600 children go through the canteen in 25 minutes and not at lunchtime, the statement goes on to say the school would not deny students access to food. I've worked in schools for 17 years, and I've never worked in one or come across one that would deprive children access to their lunch. Yeah.
I mean, the same article quotes one girl deemed a good pupil but with poor scores, saying, as you probably as read as I have, she ate just one fruit jelly all day. So we might be dancing on the head of a pin about exactly the time of day. Is it right to grade children access to food, whether at break time, lunchtime, tea time, or whatever, by this sort of criteria?
Well, I would say that it's never right to deny children access to food, but equally, I don't think a school would ever do that. These are...
do you think this young woman is lying?
Sometimes. I know it's a revelation for some people, but sometimes children do lie, yes. I'm not suggesting that child has lied. Who knows what happened? I don't know. I don't know why she ate one fruit jelly. It could be because she was literally last in. It could be that the bell for the next lesson had gone and there was a queue of 20 people and whatever. There could be any reason for that. It might not be to do with the school or their policies.
Right.
It could be any reason. It's always sort of the teachers and the school's fault for, these things quite often. And I think there's a wider push actually to undermine the authority of teachers and schools. And that's actually led to less safe schools for students, and in turn, less of those students actually wanting to go to schools because of the bullying and all the rest of the things that are happening. And, schools do need to introduce policies, especially with behaviour going, as bad as it's gone in recent times. They do need policies, they need consequences. And this is just an example of another article in online where schools are being bashed for it.
All right, grateful for your input. Tom Rogers is a history teacher and founder, director of Teachers Talk Radio. We do have this, I'm going to take it as... See, I think if this hadn't happened at all, the school would have said, we just don't recognise this. Instead, there's a four paragraph, quite a chunky rationale that's offered by the school and by its headmaster. So the idea of that, I appreciate that it might not be, but it might be in break time rather than main lunchtime, when you can go and get whatever you get, a biscuit and a soft drink or whatever. Should it be graded or rated in that way?